Much happier. I'm so much happier. I'm so much safer here in Conejos County. When people were driving around my house and I called the police actually questioned the person that was messing with me. One time that I called the police in Conejos County, they did more than what the Costilla County Police did the entire time that I was there. So I was there November 2019. I was there for about 2 years. And I still got property there, and I still would like to carry on with building my house out there, but man, it was just awful. That was my Vietnam. That was my Afghanistan. And incredible that the right-wing movement, the right-wing sovereign movement, this only bolsters the right-wing sovereign movement. So the right-wing sovereign movement says, you know, no cops, no government, and they're just going to do things on their own. But it's not some anarchist theory. It's just a bunch of, you know, criminal motherfuckers. So that's fantastic, huh? Right? The fucking right-wing sovereign movement, they're going to let the right-wing sovereign movement, it was smashed. When they arrested Jeremy Costley, when they arrested the McDonald's, they smashed the right-wing movement. But the right-wing movement, what? They're the snitches now? The right-wing movement is the snitches? Jesus Christ. So I try to stop the right-wing movement. I try to stop the right-wing sovereign movement, the racist KKK movement when I was in Costilla County. I was just building my house, and then somebody murdered my dog, and then they kept on harassing me, and I still don't know today who did it or why they did it. What was the point? After they killed my dog, they committed 200 to 300 crimes, doing these stupid stop-and-goes harassment things, but also drive-bys, and just non-stop 200 to 300 crimes. And that guy by Jacqueline Mitchell, or the guy that lives at Jacqueline Mitchell's house, he admitted that he wanted to burn my house down and murder my dogs. That's what started this entire fucking thing. So these people, they didn't want a hippie wonderland. Fine, you know, I'm a progressive atheist. You know, I want eternal Woodstock. You don't want to be like that, you know, I think it's stupid. You don't want to vote. You don't want to be part of a community. You don't want to be part of a citizens' justice brigade. There's a red Jeep that came up here, a white SUV, a red truck with an extended cab. But now that I'm here in Conejos County, I can go get water. I can go get food. I can go get warmth and shelter and security. I could go to the grocery store. I could go to the post office. I could go all these places. I don't have Robert fucking stalking me and following me wherever the hell I go. I don't have the Jespers and James Backs and who the fuck ever. Complete fucking strangers. These are people I used to, you know, wave to. Hey, how are you doing, neighbor? Jespers, drive right up on top of the hill and just stop. Motherfuckers, you know, 2,000 miles away or 2,000 feet away, but maybe he's going to shoot. Maybe he's going to do something stupid, right? I'm outside walking with my dogs. Motherfuckers driving dumb and slow all over the place. Yeah, that's acceptable. That's totally fine and dandy. Motherfuckers, what does it say in the Constitution that you're allowed to go around harassing people over and over again? Where in the goddamn code and the statutes and the Constitution, where the hell? That behavior is not legal. That behavior is not in the law of Colorado. My God, not to see that fucking piece of shit, Troy Zinn's ugly-ass face, that Mickey Mouse KKK motherfucker. Yeah, I'm sure he likes Donald Trump because of his tariffs, right? His position on tariffs. That's Troy Zinn has ruined the Zinn's name. Howard Zinn is a badass motherfucker. Troy Zinn, Mickey Mouse KKK. And then that piece of shit, he's going to drive by my house and show his fucking ugly face. I really think he's got something to do with killing my goddamn dog. So motherfuckers want to kill my dog and then drive around my goddamn house. It's like raping my kid and then driving around just to say, guess what the fuck I did? Raped your kid, gave him a fucking scar. No more drive-bys, no more Jespers, no more backs, no more puppy murders. Motherfucking puppy felon murders. These motherfuckers, they did this felony, and now instead of actually going after the motherfuckers that committed the crimes, they want to go after the Anne Frank that fired a couple warning shots. Could you imagine that? Going to Anne Frank and say, hey, yeah, the Nazis have done this, and they've done that, and they've done terrible things. Imagine going to the KKK, right? KKK does something against Frederick Douglass, 200 crimes, right? Killed his puppy 200 crimes later. Motherfuckers, nobody gives a shit. This ain't a mystery. This is a mystery to me. How the fuck is it not a mystery to you? Because you're wicked motherfuckers and you're pieces of shit sons of bitches? Yeah, that's exactly right. No more fucking crazy Kenneth Capin and that fucking Nick and Noah and Hiram and Turtle and Jinx and Robert. Goddamn, thank God. Thank God I don't have to see those motherfuckers on a day-to-day basis. Thank God I'm in Conejos County. I'm happier and I'm safer here. So fucking, I got, that's the shit that Costilla County represents. Fucking Troy Zinn, fucking bullshit, motherfucking felony, fucking goddamn puppy murder. But that's okay. Nobody's gonna say shit about that. Nobody's gonna file a fucking charge, no EPO. That's fine. That's what Costilla County does. They'll drive to your house, bang a bunch of fucking pots of pans right outside your door. Dog comes out barking at you like you should, and then shoot the dog. That's what they did to old man Ed Brewster. And it looked like that's what they're about to do over here in Conejos County. So even though I got some of this Costilla County fucking Mickey Mouse KKK still bullshit coming over here, I'm happier here. I'm happier here. I got food, water, shelter, security, warmth. Without security, it's just everybody versus everybody. And your life is short, brutish, and awful. Without security, you have none of the other virtues. You don't have freedom. You don't have peace. You don't have, none of the virtues, love and justice. Without security. And then last but not least, there's, pieces of shit out there, and they talk their fucking crazy game. And, I'm actually more scared of them than I am of the police. These piece of shit criminal motherfuckers, they say, that's what they say, but they'll just, come to your house and beat you up and just take your stuff while you're fucking there. That's how, these piece of shit motherfuckers, and I gotta live in a society where I'm allowed to defend my goddamn self. I have to just take the motherfucking shit and take it, when I say enough is enough, then they want to say, hey, and then what a bunch of bitch-ass pussies, huh? Oh, he fired a warning shot. Motherfucker, I had bullets whizzing by my fucking head. You were shooting at me, motherfucker. You were shooting at me. I'm shooting up in the air. And you did it first, and you did it about 5 or 6 fucking times. Where the fuck was the investigation? Where the fuck were the police? I had no police whatsoever, no police protection in Costilla County. Why? Because the person that murdered my fucking dog must be goddamn Abraham Lincoln. He must be the fucking best, greatest. I still don't know if it was Kenneth Capin or Troy Zinn or who the fuck did it. So that's who these criminal terrorist motherfuckers are. What are they doing it for? It's a right-wing sovereign movement. That you had all these criminal, major crimes. You had child rapists. You had poachers. You had arsonists. You had serial killers. And thieving-ass pieces of shit. So arsonists, thieves, child rapists, poachers, serial killers. You would think with all that fucking crime that Troy Zinn and Kenneth Capin and Robert, Nick and Noah and Hiram and Turtle and Jacqueline Mitchell would, not be such criminal motherfuckers. You would think so. And I'll just mention this since I feel like I'm on a goddamn roll here. I'm on a roll. But the way that Joe Biden's last drone strike was indicative of the Afghanistan war as a whole, the final police, I called the Costilla County Police because I went over there the night after I got out of jail because they were plotting, they were driving around. When I drove up over the hill from the Zinn's house, you had some piece of shit truck motherfucker that was driving towards me as I was driving over the hill. Well, that's interesting. That's fucking weird as shit. I don't know if they knew it was me or if they were just going to intimidate any person that was driving in that direction. So that happened. I get to the house, and when I'm at the house, you got the lesbians, the brick house, you got Turtle. Some piece of shit, I believe it's Turtle, because that's who's, supposed to have permission to look over the lesbians' house. He's using their house as a party house and as a house to fucking harass me. He did it about 12 times, and then, the time before the time I called the police, for an hour, from like 11 p.m. to 12 p.m., he just shined his lights, spotlighted the fuck out of me. Just spotlighting the fuck out of me. Does he have a rifle? Does he have a pistol? What game are we playing? What the fuck is the point of this game? Why is Danny Sanchez on the side of these pieces of shit? How come the commissioners don't give a goddamn fuck? How come the judge, how come nobody gives a shit about the many fucking crimes that I had to endure for no reason whatsoever? So I hear that Turtle's a dipshit. There's a guy named Turtle, and he's got this, Turtle lives in a golf ball. He's got a dome-shaped house, and apparently he just loves marijuana just so fucking great. But he's a piece of shit. I don't know who the fuck this motherfucker is, and he's just in a brick house. I used to walk my dogs past that brick house, and anytime my dog would run up there, hey, get out of there, get out of there. I was very respectful of that house. And when he started doing that shit, there's only two things I could think, that he's doing that, so I'll, fucking do something to the house or something and say, see, he's the bad guy. But it was Turtle for a fucking dozen fucking times, and guess what? Turtle's doing it again. And they coordinated this shit. So you had Turtle that's in the fucking goddamn, brick house, or maybe Turtle was the one in the truck in the fucking field. So all you got to do to convince, or all you got to do to trick Schultz, there's a cop named Schultz, and he's got two other, underlings over there. If you're O.J. Simpson and, you rob and rape and you murder, right, if you go around doing all the crimes that these pieces of shit have been doing before I got there, fucking shit. Turtle's in the fucking brick house. Turtle's in the brick house, and you got a truck that's over there. To get away for Schultz, for OJ, all that OJ has to do is stay in the house. Don't talk to him, right? Don't talk to Schultz. That's all you got to do to, trick Schultz. Commit a crime like Robert does, and then just stay in the house, or just drive south of the Pinion Hills. Just drive south of the Pinion Hills. Commit a crime, drive on over to the Bureau of Land Management, and then nobody's going to do shit. Nobody's going to say shit. Nobody's going to do shit. That's how O.J. Simpson would get away with his crime if he lived in Costilla County. Costilla County is filled with Nazi, Confederate, fucking white supremacist, KKK, Mickey Mouse motherfuckers. You tell me Troy Zinn likes Donald Trump because of his tariff policy? Fuck you. Fuck you. The right wing, when people want to be against planning and zoning, when they want to be racist pieces of shit. So I don't have to endure the drive-bys no more. I can go to the library. I could go to the grocery store. I could get something to eat. I could go to, I can go to Walmart. I can get insulation. I can come and go. When I return, my stuff is still here. My God, Conejos County is not a hippie wonderland, but it's a place where you're allowed to live and go work. Motherfuckers. The whole point of going over there was to raise a family, to date, to find a wife, to raise a family, to find a good job. That was the point of going to Costilla County. And I also, want to do some journalism, to fight for the working class, to confront the government on behalf of the working class. But because I had no security and no safety, I couldn't confront the goddamn government. So I have to confront the fucking citizens. Why is America filled with such pieces of shit? Jespers and Backs and Capon and Zinn. Well, who the fuck is Spalding and Robert? Who the fuck is Robert? That motherfucker's in the middle of every bit of all this. Hire him. I got pictures of these motherfuckers. They say take pictures, do video. Okay, I did all that. Now what? The night of a drive-by shooting, I called motherfucking Romero. I called Romero. And then a drive-by shooting happened. A bullet whizzed past my head. He'd pretend like he didn't know jack shit when he knew every goddamn thing. So now that I'm safe, now that I can actually move about, instead of having to stay at my goddamn house all fucking day long, guarding the fort, now I can actually go, drop off a piece of mail, open up, a bank account or close a bank account. I can go and live my goddamn life. So, motherfucking Costilla County, they want to terrorize the fuck out of a motherfucker. Say, how come you ain't got a job? How come you haven't found... The lesbians, ask me, you're a single man, how come you don't have a woman? Do you know somebody? Because I'll date them. Is that Motherfuckers want to terrorize the fuck out of you. I was a prisoner in my own home. I was a prisoner in my own home in Costilla County for nearly 2 fucking years. And there's a progressive fucking, DA. He was supposed to be against he was supposed to be for cashless bail. Where the fuck is that? So yeah, Conejos County is a million times better than Costilla County. Nobody should raise their kids in Costilla County. Nobody in the working class should raise their kids in Costilla County. The right-wing sovereign movement was smashed. Rodriguez smashed the right-wing sovereign movement, and now they're allowing it to come back. They're allowing it to fester. You got the don't tread on me motherfuckers out there. They're allowing it to come back. Noah said that he was against the right-wing sovereign movement. Lying motherfuckers. Lying motherfuckers. They put money in Troy Zinn's pocket for his illegal water operation. That's who they are. That's who these pieces of shit are. And for the first 8 months, it was, 8 months it was pretty peaceful. There was a green Blazer that was driving around every time I'd go bike riding, or a black car. What, you ain't allowed to go bike riding? You ain't allowed to go walk your dogs in Costilla County? No, you're not. And then when people say, well, I was able to. OJ only killed 2 people, right? So you could talk to OJ and he'd be nice to you. I don't know why these motherfuckers, I think it's scapegoating. I think these pieces of shit don't know how to fucking behave. So when I try to be nice to the neighbors after 8 months of peace, I got some new fucking neighbors. I try to be nice to them. They took my niceness as weakness, and they said, fuck this guy. This guy, not only is he by himself and vulnerable, but he's a sweetheart. And the rest of them didn't know that. So Nick and Noah and Robert and Adam went ahead and told the rest that, I'm a sweetheart and fuck that guy. He's a nice guy. He's polite and he's lawful. So you can, do drive-bys and keep fucking with me over and over again? And the way that the criminal motherfuckers, they'll go to your house and fight you, right? They'll go to your house and fight you. So if somebody fucked with them, well, they could just take care of their own business, not rely on the fucking shit police. So I'm stuck in between a rock and a fucking hard place here. They say if you can't beat them, join them. So I'm supposed to join the Crips. I'm supposed to join the fucking cartels. I'm supposed to join the goddamn gangs because the cops don't want to be legal, do their goddamn jobs. And when I was in jail, the gangsters, they got sodas and chips and a whole bunch of shit. I heard 3 Kings and Cineola, So that's what we're doing? That's what we're doing, huh? Go ahead and arrest a lawful person, but because fuck, to actually go after one of these criminal motherfuckers, Cruz Soto, there was a drive-by. Kenny Capon had a drive-by. Did Cruz Soto fucking question Capon? No, he didn't question him. Did they question anybody? No, Cruz Soto drives in my house with a loud-ass siren the night of the fucking drive-by. So Kenneth Capon's doing drive-bys on me, and then motherfucking Cruz Soto's fucking harassing me when I called him. And then 911 sitting there acting like they're sick and tired of me calling 911. Well, I'm sick and tired of the fucking harassment, Costilla County criminal motherfuckers. The goddamn police, where the fuck are you? There was a time when they was doing shit every fucking day. If a Costilla cop would have just sat at the fucking corner of my property, they would have seen the motherfucking shit. But instead, it's just easier to say, what, 200 fucking crimes didn't happen? My dog wasn't fucking murdered? Y'all kiss my fucking ass. Y'all kiss my fucking ass. America, you're broken. You're so fucking broken, it's not even goddamn funny. You're going to go after the one motherfucker that was lawful. You're going to terrorize the one motherfucker that put all the money in planning and zoning, and the motherfuckers that say, I don't give a shit about the law, and I'm a rat bastard, violent piece of shit. Those are the people you all protect. That's the people you protect. So I get to go to court now and file, charges on people because I get to go to court and I get to come back now. But that's another thing. When the criminal terrorist motherfuckers are running shit, the right-wing sovereigns, the fucking Troy Zinns and the Kenneth Capons and the Robert the fucking felon motherfucker. Terrorist criminal motherfucker. So, yeah. Yeah, it would have been easier just to join the right-wing sovereign movement, join the fucking gangs, than it would be to be a lawful person in Costilla County. It's impossible to be a lawful person in Costilla County. It's not possible. I bent over fucking backwards. When I went into planning and zoning, they treated me like shit. They treated me like shit. They said I had to pay Colleen Romero $600 fucking dollars. That's Velasquez. You have to pay her $600, really? How come Nick and Noah didn't pay her fucking $600 fucking dollars, Velasquez? How come all those other fucking buildings out there that's illegally built out there didn't pay goddamn Colleen Romero $600 fucking dollars. Fucking Velasquez, a piece of shit motherfucker. So me going in there and being a legal person and doing what was right is what fucked me. Because by doing what was right, that, you know, sets a bad example for the rest of them, and they don't want to have to pay all the planning and zoning shit, and that's what fucking Nick said. Don't talk to me about no planning and zoning. Ordering me around like I'm a goddamn dog. The police comes around, and, you know, he'll pretend to be fucking nice to me. He can't stand these motherfuckers. He also hit his kid and made his kid go into convulsions, so there's been an act of child abuse. That's what these motherfuckers are. They go out there to commit crimes. The McDonald's, they go out there to abuse their kids. They don't give a shit about planning and zoning. They're racist motherfuckers. They keep putting money in Troy Zinn's pocket for his illegal water operation. Cruz Soto drives by Troy Zinn's house and says, "Look at the Zinn Ranch." There's not a fence at the Zinn Ranch. There's no goats. There's no sheep. So that motherfucker gets to have animals and he gets to live on my property. He gets to live on his property, live on my property, live on your property. But if I have a dog that protects my goddamn place, you get to murder it? But what if the cow's in the middle of the road? If the cow's in the middle of the road, do you get to kill it? There was a cow that was killed out there. They weren't, you know, happy about it. They, you know, I think they thought that it was me. I didn't kill no fucking cow. But I'll tell you this, I don't feel bad about that happening, motherfuckers. Y'all on the same side of motherfuckers that go around killing innocent goddamn animals. And what? One of your fucking animals got killed? Now we're supposed to give a shit? Now we're supposed to give a shit, you hypocritical fucking low-life motherfucker. Supposed to give a shit about your fucking property. And if my son goes to get a little drink, Cruz Soto says it's okay to beat the fuck out of anybody that tries to take a drink out of that river. You try to take a drink out of it, there's motherfuckers that take 200-gallon tanks down to that river. But if I take a sip, it's okay to do something to me. So that means any person, if Cruz Soto goes down there and tries to take a drink, I get to beat the shit out of him. That's his position. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But telling these motherfuckers that this shit is happening, basically it makes it worse. It makes it worse. So all Costilla County, the police, all they did was they protected the right-wing sovereign movement. The right-wing sovereign movement is coming back. It's still out there. They smashed it. They smashed it. For 8 months, everybody was quiet over there because they didn't know who I was. So the right-wing sovereign movement was fucking ended. It was smashed. But Cruz Soto and the Costilla County Police and Kim Wood, Danny Sanchez, they allowed the right-wing sovereign movement to come back by not taking me serious on any fucking thing. You say Troy's your best friend, fine. But what about Bobby, Robert? Robert just fucking moved into there. And he says, fuck your planning and zoning, fuck your laws. And he's a fucking criminal fuck who's committing crimes against me. Hey, Robert, I know you're a criminal piece of shit, motherfucker. Hiram Richardson, Jacqueline Mitchell, Turtle, I know you're criminal pieces of shit. All you did was prove to me that you're the same criminal motherfuckers that's been committing all the major crimes over there. What, about a dozen fucking arsons in a 2-mile radius? Cruz Soto don't know shit about that. Troy Zinn had an eyeball on all of it. How come, you know, James Bax and Jespers, and then there's that gray SUV? But the same thing, right? You had Nick and Noah. Nick's mother said that any kind of job he'll take. So I offered them a job. And Nick and Noah goes up there. They ain't going to work. They don't believe in working. They're going to steal your fucking tools and steal your fucking wood and shit. They come up with a goddamn attitude and can barely fucking work. These motherfuckers don't believe in work. They don't believe in labor. Take every job that's offered to them. No, they don't. No, they don't. The thieving-ass pieces of shit, they're lazy motherfuckers. They saw me as an easy lick. So I'm vulnerable. I gotta live my life. Whenever Nick and Noah decides to come up to my fucking house, I have to just be like, well, I guess my kids are gonna get fucked up today, huh? That's a big fear. That's a big fear. Danny Sanchez wants to defend any new motherfucker that comes in and says, fuck your laws. But a person that says, hey, I'm a lawful person and I'm going to do everything that I need to be done, they'll rape the shit out of you, bankrupt you, leave you with no money to build, and then motherfuckers that thwart the law have all the money in the world to build because they're not paying the permits, the commissioners. They double the rates of the goddamn planning and zoning. So you build a shed, it's not $200, it's $400. Road of access had to pay $200. None of these people paid any of this shit. So you're going to put me through a fucking ringer because I want to build a house and raise a family in Costilla County? And I told planning and zoning they weren't impressed by none of this shit. Nobody actually talked to me. What are your intentions? What do you want to do here? No, none of that. None of that happened. So it's the opposite of Unforgiven. One man walks into Unforgiven, the sheriff fucking cracks down on him. In Costilla County, anybody and everybody gets to come in and break all the fucking planning and zoning laws, which, why have planning and zoning? Why double the rates? Did you, the commissioner, Steve Romero, did you all expect to charge people your fucking crazy-ass rates when it comes to the permits? So I don't get the day-to-day harassment. I don't get the drive-bys. I'm happy and I'm safe. And I think that'll piss criminal terrorist motherfuckers off. I wasn't safe. And without safety, I had nothing else. I was living in fear. And there's a Christian adage that just said, just live in fear. Keep on living in fear. You might have to live in fear for a time. And so that's what I did. Is Troy going to come back and murder more of my puppies? Kenneth Capin going to do some more drive-bys with our Robert? He going to tail me and fucking stalk me and follow me wherever I go? Because Robert's friends with these criminal terrorist motherfuckers, I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't go nowhere. Jacqueline Mitchell tried to run over my fucking dog several times, and then you got that ginger motherfucker over there. And I tried to be nice to all these motherfuckers. Jacqueline's son comes trespassing on my fucking, you know, instead of being a dick, I was decent and neighborly. They hated that shit. I offered, you know, to buy dog food and to help them with drywall. I did help them with drywall. Nick and Noah, they didn't give a fuck. But like I said, I showed, you know, Robert, Nick, Noah, Adam, that I was a kind person. They were neighbors, so I tried. I don't know how to interact with people, but I try to be nice to them. You're my fucking neighbor, so I try to be fucking nice to them. And all they did was just be fucking dicks. And they need to, you know, they don't, I mean, I'd like to have an explanation, but they're pieces of shit. They're stupid-ass pieces of shit. Nick, his father was a wife-beating meth head, and he looks up to him. So they want to sit there, Nick, Noah, motherfuckers, pieces of shit motherfuckers. I offered Noah, you know, a bowl of weed, but he was just trying to shake me down, right? So me being nice, he don't know how to fucking react to that. Says, is there meth in that? I don't know, motherfucking bitch-ass piece of shit fucking bitch. I'm being nice to you. What the fuck is your problem, you fucking piece of shit motherfucker? And the fact that I'm a nice, kind, polite person, if they're treating me like this, right, if they're treating me like this, then they'll treat anybody that they perceive as weaker than me. Oh, what, you're a nice, polite, lawful person? What, you're a female? What, you're a child? What, you're a dog? They let puppies freeze to death. That's who Nick and Noah is. They let puppies freeze to death. Shakti was a great fucking dog that protected the fucking neighborhood. And instead of me standing up and saying enough is enough, I was scared. 2-on-1. What the fuck? I call the police and shit. Nick and Noah comes to my fucking house right after they leave. So the police comes over, they don't do a fucking investigation, pretend that they care, but they're actually fucking me over. So the Costilla County Police did everything that helps the right-wing sovereign movement. They did everything that helps the right-wing sovereign movement. The motherfuckers that were against planning and zoning, against the laws, against government, against cops, they're the ones that are winning. The people that say, we're going to harass people and do criminal terrorism in the middle of the fucking night, those are the people that are winning in Costilla County. Like I said, I held on for a long time. I held on for probably way too longer than what anybody else would have hung on to. This is my house. I'm going to protect my house. You guys aren't protecting my house. I don't have police protection. So there you go. Conejos County, so far, is a lot better and safer, nicer than motherfucking Costilla County.